Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
Looking at the game for DeRozan, he has 9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for Toronto right now, they've got DeMarre Carroll out there. Scola out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Lowry in at the point guard. Valanciunas dishes to DeRozan. Scola sets a screen for DeRozan. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. DeRozan's got 11 points.
And Luis Scola setting a really nice screen that time. Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Toronto trails by 12. Outside DeRozan. Lowry against Westbrook. Lowry kicks to Scola. His first shot coming late. Here's Valanciunas, and that one's good.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Chicago making some changes. Leonard, he's checked in for Butler. And Kobe is subbed in for Damian Lillard. A chance here to get a quick injury report. Let's check in with Doris Burke for an injury update on Jimmy Butler. Doris.
Hello, Kevin. I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Chicago. He told me that it doesn't look too...
Whoa, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Chris Bosh is checked in for Chicago. Ross is checked in for Toronto. He dishes it to Scola. Carroll kicks to Ross. Toronto working the ball around now. 4 on the shot clock. Scola and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Chris Bosh. Toronto shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. Free throw drops for Scola. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Chicago leading by 11. Down low. Here's Kobe. Good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Screened by Valanciunas. George against Scola. To the inside. Here's Valanciunas. That's good. Valanciunas has got 8 points.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
And Westbrook, here we go. Leonard kicks to Bosh. For 3, Westbrook. The shot no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
Can't connect there, but still a red-hot start to the half, hitting 4 of their first 5 field goal attempts.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. That'll put Paul George on the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. They set the pick. Ross passes to Lowry. The feed now to Carroll. Pass to Valanciunas. To the left wing. Here's Lowry. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Westbrook. And Bryant kicks to George. Bosh, a screen on Ross. It's George on the wing. He's guarded by Ross. Here's Bosh. Kicks it out to Leonard. From the arc. Toronto grabs the miss. Carroll dishes to Lowry. Here's Patterson. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly. Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now. Looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Bosch. Durant comes in for George. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for Leonard. And then for Toronto, Biombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Noah. And too long on the shot.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
All alone. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Durant, the pass to Westbrook. And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That is his first foul of the game. Chicago making a switch here. Lillard's checked in.
Damian Lillard.
We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Noah. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And Joseph kicks to Ross. Patterson a screen on Bryant to the left side wing. Now Joseph still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Ross dishes to Patterson. Johnson sets the screen for Patterson. To the paint, here's Biombo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Biombo's got his first points of the game.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Here's Lillard. He kicks it to Kobe. Fades. And it would have counted had it fallen.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Alarms go off when I enter the building.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Chicago leading by 13. We've got Chris Bosh. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint, that's for sure.
Shot clock at 3, and it's sent back by Bosch. One-on-one here. Here's Leonard. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Durant, the pass to Westbrook. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Leonard against Lowry. Leonard kicks to Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook. Toronto trails by 17. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Durant.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
And he gets it to go.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Cousins inside, guarded by Valanciunas, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Chicago.
Jimmy Butler.
DeRozan against Butler, and DeRozan. Oh!
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
George with a screen on Lowry. Back to Butler. George sets a screen for Butler. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Chicago making a switch here. Rodman's checked in. Rodman against DeRozan. Here's Lowry. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Okay, that's more like it. A nice job here in the second. I mean, their field goal percentage is way up compared to what they did in the first half, where they shot a very low percentage. It actually was just above 30%.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
The shot misses, and Toronto will go the other way with it. Wants to get it to DeRozan, and does. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
Toronto trails by 14. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. Outside Butler. Three-pointer. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. 11 points for Butler.
Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
And DeRozan kicks to Scola.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Charity stripe shot. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Rodman dishes to Cousins. Rodman against DeRozan. Feeds to George. Right side, Butler. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Scola. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. And he gets the bucket.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Chicago calls timeout. They're leading by 15. 1:30 left to play here in the fourth. Lillard's checked in for Dennis Rodman. Outside, George. Butler, a screen on Patterson. And George, here we go. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Chicago.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
And we've come to expect nothing less from one of the league's elite players, but another tour de force for Butler. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Now, here's Joseph. Tight defense on him. Now the pass to Ross. Down low, Johnson lays it up and banks it in.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. George, no good. Ross against Lillard. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
Yeah, but it's come a little too late to have a real impact on the game, though. We call this box score window dressing. All it's going to do is make the numbers look a little better than it was.
Westbrook passes to Butler. From deep. Off target with that shot. And so Chicago takes this one.